everyone, and a very happy Thursday. As you can see, I was thinking what day it was. It is Thursday. I do hope that you've had a great week so far and that you have something great planned for the weekend. Thank you, everyone that has already popped in. Hello there, it's Mara and Tina. I do hope that you are all good. And we have Pro Crafting Inc. So hello to Germany as well. So I hope that you're all good. The lovely Alyssa is behind the badge today, and she'll be popping in all of the links of the products that I do use. So I will try to be slow. We all know that I get a little bit excited and I may go a little bit quicker than we think. Also, if you do share this live stream, you are in with a chance of winning a $15 gift certificate to the Ulta New store. So I do hope that you are excited for that. Hey there, everyone. Hey, Tracy, Sue, and Stacy, another one, and another Lindsay that has popped in. So hey there, everyone. So we did have a new release this week. And if you do follow the wonderful Jennifer Maguire, which I know you probably do, she also had a live on Monday. So I'm not going to be focusing on the same things that she focused on there. If you do want to check out anything to do with the sweet Jasmine, I would go and check out her channel and watch the live that she did on Monday. All right, so everyone, I am going to pop you down so we can take a look at all of the fabulous new goodies that we have in the release, and then we can get going and create some things. Please let us know your favorites in the comment section. We always want to know what's caught your eye and what has managed to make itself into a product of your stash. All right, my camera seems to be a little bit weird today. I did try and figure out with the focus so it doesn't auto focus, but we know this camera likes to play tricks on us all, and I am sorry about that, everyone. Hey, everyone that has popped in and that I didn't manage to say thank you for joining me too, but I'm so glad that you are here. All right, first up, we're going to take a look at this one. This is the Graceful Gardenias, and this is our Craft Your Life project kit for this month. So as you can see in our Craft Your Life project kits, we get lots of goodies. I'm sorry about the cameras, everyone. There's not a lot I can do when I am live. So I'm sorry. All right. But it does really annoy me. All right, okay, so first up we have the Craft Your Life project kit. This is the Graceful Gardenias. In here you get a 6x8 stamp set, you get the coordinating die set, which is going to cut around the two large images that we have in the stamp set. We're also going to get the simple colouring stencil set, which is going to colour in the two images from the stamp set. And we also have the fabulous 3D embossing border. So this image is the same one as we have down here. So that means that the stencils that we have to color in this image will also work with this image to color this one in as well. So that one, oh, Jody loves botanicals and insects. I do love some insects. If you love like butterflies and moths, we have a lot of those already on the Ulta New website. Okay, next up we have a Blooming Delight. So this is our Build a Garden for this month. I'm going to keep apologizing for my silly autofocus. I think I may just need to invest in a new camera. All right. Yes, Tracy, the Gardenias is the one that the Craft Your Life Project Kit subscribers are going to get. Thank you so much for sharing. Alexandra. Sorry, my auntie's called Alexandra and I just couldn't get it out. It's just one of those things. All right. So in this Build a Garden, you're going to get a 4x3 stamp set, which features this beautiful kind of blooming cluster. We also have the die set, which has the large die, which is going to cut around this image. Also in here, because we kind of didn't want to waste the space within this die, we have 3 standalone sentiments. We have sending, hello, and love. Then we have the sentiment itself and then the shadow piece as well. So that's a great one. Oh, Aditi, yeah, I was nearly ready for bed too. I have my PJs on, but we're all right. We're crafting, so it's going to be good. And then we also get 4 stencils. Now, these are a different shape than usual. These are 4¼ by 8. So that means they're easier to color in the image that we have in the stamp set. All right, so we have that. With our Builder Gardens as well, you also get a mini blending tool, and this is the one that you're going to get. They're so buttery soft, those little bristles that we have, very tightly compacted, and we have made these very short so that when you're blending, you don't have like bristles that kind of pop off to the side. You're going to be able to really get where you want to go with this little thing. All right. Okie dokie. So that one is the fabulous Builder Garden. And then we have one of my favorites. This is the fabulous Craft a Flower Hibiscus. Now, I did do a video with this one, so if you want to see this one in more detail, I would definitely go check out the Altenew YouTube channel. And I had a video go live on Tuesday, which features this beautiful bloom. So you can see here that we have two different flowers. We have one more open, and then we have one to the side, and then we have a stem of leaves and a singular leaf, as well as hello, for my, and friend. For the hello and for my, we have the shadow effects here, so you can really play around with the sentiments that we have there. These dies are quite large, and as you can see, they are kind of stuck together on a plate. So these images here, when you cut them out, will create one flower, and then these images that are all stuck together will create the other one. We also have the keyhole system on there, which has the little cutouts of the key or the little arrow, and also the embossed numbers, so you know how these are going to go together without even having to check that layering guide. But if you do feel a little bit safer with that layering guide, we do have that on that back, just to kind of catch you with our little safety net if you do need it. Okay. Tracy, yes, those blending brushes are a star. Right. Painted posies. These are so cute. So this is one of our mini delights. This is the 3x4 stamp set, and in this stamp set we have a 5-layer mini little posy. So it is quite small. I mean, it's small, but it's mighty. The image itself is around about 2¼ by 1 and maybe 1¼ and we have 5 layers on that. We have 4 layers for the petals and then 1 layer for the flower centers. Now this little set that we have here is going to give us a really cool kind of mixed media effect, because you're going to stamp the flowers, but then instead of stamping the leaves, what we're going to do is we're going to die cut those out of kind of colored cardstock or white cardstock and then ink blend them. And then we're going to have the mix of the stamped images with the die cut leaves. So it's going to give you a really cool look with this one. So if you're after something that's kind of pocket friendly, maybe you wanted to go for a layering stamp set, but you wanted something that was a little bit smaller, a little bit more budget friendly, this is one that you may want to add to your collection. Okay. Last but not least in our subscriptions for this month, we have the fabulous Watercolor Dreams. So in the subscription itself, you'll get the stencil set, which is a 2 stencil set, which are both 6x6. You're also going to get the stamp set, which is a 3x4. And then if you wanted to kind of get this, but you know, you're not a huge fan of fussy cutting like some of us are, you can get this, and it's going to cut around those 2 flowers, it's going to cut around the leaves, and it's also going to cut around the sentiments. I would probably pop this in my basket just to cut out the sentiments. I do love fussy cutting, but cutting around these little sentiments is not my favorite thing to do. So this is going to give you a really cool look. So I am going to open up, and there's a sneeze on the way, everyone. So it's ready. It's just the nose is tickling, but it's not ready to come out yet. So on this one, it's going to give you a really cool look, because the flowers are going to be created with 3 different layers on the stencil set. And then the leaves, they're mostly going to be created with the stamp set, but then we're just going to add a bit of a shadow to them using the stencil. So it's going to give you a really cool, different kind of modern look. And I think this looks like some printed fabric once you have done that. Yep, Tracy, it's gone now. It's gone. I was waiting for that sneeze. It's gone. All right, so that is all of our subscriptions. So I'm going to move those over, but we do have plenty more. So, all right, let's grab them and bring them over. It's like I'm rustling. Okay. I have no idea what's happening with this today. Sorry, everyone. Not great. Not great. Right. Sweet Jasmine. So this is the one that the fabulous Jennifer Maguire shown on her live on Monday. So if you do want to know more about this one, or even get some more inspiration through the blog hop, you can do that. And we do have lots of different pictures using this set on the website. So I'm not going to go too much into it, but I will show you what you're going to be able to get. So in the Sweet Jasmine collection, I'm going to call it collection because we have lots of different bits that work together. We have the fabulous stamp set. This is a 4x6 stamp set. We have that beautiful image as well as some really great sentiments. We also have a press plate, which features the same image as the stamp set, but this is going to be able to use on your press plates, your Better Press system, and also you can hot foil with this. So if you have those, you're going to be able to use that. And we also have a few of the sentiments on here. The only ones that the press plate doesn't have is these two small ones. So you're kind of near enough getting the same on there. We also have the die set, which is going to cut out this image, and all of the large sentiments from both of these. Then we have the 3D embossing folder, again, sized exactly the same as the stamp, the die, and the press plate. So you're going to be able to use all of those in conjunction with each other. And then we also have the simple coloring stencil set, which is going to color all of those because they're all sized the same. Really fabulous. Go check it out on the website. Go check out Jennifer Maguire's live. And you can also check out the blog hop for more information on that one. Okay. Next up, Perfect Mate. This is so cool. So if you have someone that loved board games in your family, this may be one that you want to go for. My little boy loves chess, and it's the kind of thing that me and him do together. So I love this set. So we have all of the pieces in both black and white. And we have little drafts in that. We call them drafts in the UK. I know in the US you call them checkers. I called them drafts, and Jen was like, what? Or Jen, because she didn't know what they were. And then we also have some really punny sentiments in here. Some like "You rook my world," because obviously we have the rook here. We have "You're the perfect mate," just checking in on you, mate, which is really cute because that's a really fun play on the checkmate. So you can play around with these to create some beautiful effects. And we also have the die set that works perfectly with them. Next up, we have some kind of, I'm calling these tongue-in-cheek sentiments. So they're a little bit cheeky. They're not meant to offend anyone. It's supposed to be a little bit of fun. So in these ones, this is the one that I really like the most because my husband is a gamer. It says a year older, achievement unlocked, because obviously you get things like that. This one that makes me laugh, it has been proven that people who have had more birthdays live longer. So there's some really fun ones on here, really great for best friends that kind of take the fun out of each other a little bit, but it's not in any way supposed to kind of offend anyone. It's more of a fun, jokey kind of sentiment set that we have there. We know we have had those requested, so if you did want a more sentiment set that's a little bit more fun, this may be one that you want to add to your collection. Right, next up we have Sunny Sentiments, and I'm also going to bring in modern circles because this works perfectly with the stamp and die set. In the 6x4 stamp set, we have some really beautiful sentiments. We have some little quarter circles and a little cog and a little square as well. And then we have the die set, which is going to cut out all of these images. Then if you wanted to, you can use these images that you have on here with this background. So this background is fabulous. So it has 3 different layers and it all kind of joins together to create a fun off circle background. It's not supposed to be perfect. Some of the quarter circles are going in the wrong way. It's really quite fun and a pleasure to use. So these all work perfectly. Next, we have the Blossom of Life die set. Now, this die set is huge. It's huge, huge, huge. If you think, oh, I'm sure I've seen these images before, this set will work perfectly with the Wild Hibiscus set. I think we released in our first year. So it's a really old stamp set, an oldie but a goodie. But we then created a die set which kind of works in conjunction with that. The stamp set itself did not have layers, but this one does. And we also have some standalone sentiments in here. We have hugs, big, and thanks, which can all work together if you want them to. I'm going to open this up. Look how big this blue is, nearly as big as my hand. So it's a really big one. If you do like working on larger card bases, or you even use scrapbook or create home decor items, these are not going to get lost on them. That being said, these are still going to work perfectly on your regular size cards, and you can check out some of the inspiration from our blog hop to see how a lot of people used this on theirs. Hey there, everyone, again, that has popped in. Hi there, Liz and Tracy and Roxy. I'm glad that you were all able to join us. So that one is the Blossom of Life die set. Please, everyone, let us know your favorites, what you want to see closer look at, because I still haven't decided what I'm quite going to play with first. So if you give me a nudge, I may grab that one out of the stash first. This is a great 3D embossing folder, Connections. It is a geometric embossing folder, and this will work for all occasions and all different styles of cards. Sunset Horizon. Now, I should have paired this really with the Perfect Mate, because we do have this kind of, oops, sorry everyone, we have this bottom background piece that can be used as a checkerboard. So, and it's just a great look. This reminds me of an 80s album cover. You know, when they looked at like the future and they thought the future was going to be all proper sci-fi. This is what this reminds me of, and I think it would work well. For kind of a card for my dad. I think he would appreciate the kind of aesthetic you can get with this. So you're going to be able to create that beautiful background there. You're going to be able to add some cool geometric looks to the mountains that we have. We also have a moon or a sun in there. And then we also have the top piece if you wanted to blend the bottom and mask the top bit out. That is a great one, and I think that can be so fun. This will also work with the chrome sentiments. This one is awesome as well. This is so cool. So this means that because we've kind of cut these sentiment in half, is that you can color the top piece in one color and then the bottom piece in a completely different color. And it also means that sometimes if you have like these landlocked areas that you would normally get in an O, normally with a stencil, you would have to add a little bit of a line to kind of keep that O center connected. But because we've split it in half like this, you're not going to get those little pieces that need to be there because we have that connection. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah, hopefully. All right. Yes, you can make a checkerboard. It's just going to show the bottom part of the checkerboard. You can flip it round, kind of color in the other piece. I don't know how many squares you would need. I mean, if you did flip it over, it's going to give you a different look because you're going to get there and there. So I don't think it would make a full one. All right. Sorry, Brenda. Sorry about that. All right. Then we have the Essential Textures wood press plate. So if you have your Better Press system, this is going to work perfectly with that. Also, if you did want to use this on your hot foiling machine, it is possible. It's going to give you this beautiful detail in foil. Beautiful. All right, I'm going to keep going because I've still got some more to get through and I just want to be able to craft. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Okay. Zero waste hearts aplenty. This is super cute. So we have a hot foil plate. So this is going to allow you to add hearts all over a background. It will cover the front of an A2 card base. And then, oops, once you have foiled all of your little hearts, you can then use the die and then place this over the hearts. It's going to cut out the little foiled hearts. So you're going to be able to use those foil hearts as little shaker embellishments. You can use them as embellishments elsewhere on a card, but then you're also going to get this background piece that has the little stitched elements around the hearts. Very cute, very sweet, a great one to use on your backgrounds. Okay. Comfy cuts, fabulous. If you all know that I'm probably a little bit scared of cutting items, but this one is so easy to hold. I found myself a little bit more happy with this one, but the Comfy Cut is fabulous. It's really easy to change the blade. It does have a cap on it as well, which is a kind of, you know, an essential for me because I like to know that that blade is covered at all times. It has a beautiful colored purple wine rubber handle and it's really ergonomic. As well as that, we do have some replacement blades in there. We all know that a sharp knife is a happy knife. So once your blades do start to dull, you have more in there so you can use them straight away. All right, on to the last bit, everyone. Yay, let's all cheer. Last bit, let's get crafting. All right, we have some new hot foil rolls for you. Now, you may be looking and think, I'm sure I've seen these kind of hot foil rolls in the store before. Not these ones. The ones that we have in store are a satin finish. These ones are mirror. So if I move that round, you may be able to see, well, there's my face, kind of, and you're going to be able to see the camera. Hello. So the colors that we have this time around is the brushed gold, the Kelly green, and also the peony gold. So these are beautiful. These are, in fact, the waist. I'm going to say waist that you would get off the Hearts of Plenty hot foil plate. So you would, in fact, normally just foil the hearts, but here I use the waist of that to get this fabulous background in all of our new shiny hot foil roll colors. Let's move those over. Now, I know there's many of you girls out there, and guys, girls and guys, that do love to add a little touch of embellishments to your card, and we are adding some new ones this release. We have two colors to add to our enamel dots, which are the deep blue seas and the golden sunset. As well as that, we have some fabulous Jasmine sparkles. These are beautiful. These are possibly the most sparkliest gems I have ever seen. They do have a little bit more of a height than a normal gem would have, but I don't think that that's going to cause too much of a problem. I'm trying to kind of get the shine on these, but my camera's going, nope, not today. Ooh. But we have the crystal clear, which would go with all different projects and every project, I believe. Iridescent. Oh, these remind me of a unicorn eating ice cream. So you're not going to be able to see all of the colors in there, but we have some beautiful lemons. We have blues, turquoise, purple, pinks. So if you do love that like kind of unicorn sorbet look or aurora borealis, these are the ones that you're going to want to add to your collection. If you're a little bit more of a rock lover and love your leather jackets with the studs, these ones are what remind me of those. These are fabulous. So these are the metallic gold and silver, and that's it. We've gone through all the products. All right, so let's get crafting. I know that a lot of people wanted to see the fabulous new stencils that we wanted to see. The ones that grabbed, well, the comments that grabbed my eye were the ones using these. So I want to be able to show you how these work. All right. Yeah, Tracy, I don't know. My mind works in completely different ways to everyone else's. And a unicorn eating ice cream is what I see when I see those gems. So I have my fabulous ultra sticky mat, which never leaves my trolley. Well, it does leave my trolley if it's on my desk. If it's not on my desk, it's on my trolley. But yeah, it's always with me. I love him. And what I'm going to do is I am going to add a piece of cardstock onto my mat. And that's just going to grab it down. It's going to hold it into place. They're going to be best of friends until I kind of pull them away from each other later on. It's just classic Crest Solar Wire, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Okay, so we're going to create, I was going to create a checkerboard, but I just want to do like a rock album. I don't know what's up with me today, but this is what I'm going for. If you have any preference of what else you'd want to see, oh, look how cool this is. I'm going to go for this color effect. It looks amazing. So I do have some rainbow colors on my desk. I just grabbed some, and this is what we're going to be using. Whatever's here, and then we're going to use the rainbow ice cream sparkles. And I'm going to grab this. So let's go with the colors that kind of look like these ones. So it's saying Aqualicious. I don't have that one on my desk, but I do have Easy Breezy. Brenda, you can use all of your layering stamps with the stamp wheel. There was one that we specifically designed for the stamp wheel, but I can't remember which one it was. I'm going to think it was a rose, but I can't get it off the top of my head. So what I'm going to do is I am going to ink up the bottom portion with the Easy Breezy. But yeah, Brenda, you can definitely use any layering stamp set with the stamp wheel. It's going to be perfect for all of your layering dreams. All right, so that is the fabulous Easy Breezy down there. Oh, I love Easy Breezy. Ta-da! And just look how amazing that is. So the ink, if you have trouble with kind of opening ink pads, stick it down onto your sticky mat, okay? We're only going to use one hand. Just going to twist that around. And then even when we're inking up, just one hand, because it keeps it in place. See, ink pads and sticky mat in conjunction with each other. Fabulous. Right. I have Dusty Pink or Tickled Pink. It's going to have to be Tickled Pink. Okay. Is it the Queen album? I don't know. It just really reminds it. I don't know. There's this cartoon on the TV, obviously on the TV, and it has Beast Boy in it, and it just reminds me of one of those episodes. I don't know if anyone else is kids watch that one or grandkids, but yeah, it's one of those. Right. So just look at that. And I love when the colors mix together and we get that fabulous purple color in the center there. So Easy Breezy and Tickled Pink we have there. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wipe that off because I want to add the colors on the other side as well. I'm sorry if I have missed any comments. Please just pop them back up if you want to. If I do miss them, the fabulous Ali will try and let me know. But I do get distracted, you know, as soon as we start playing, it's like all on the crafting. So as you can see, all I've done, clean this off, not perfectly, I might add. And then I'm going to cover over those ones that we've just done. Okay. And that stencil is going to make very good friends with my sticky mat at the bottom. And we're going to go in with navy. Right. Don't know why I felt like I had to whisper, but yes, we have navy. Oh yes, turquoise and pink together has my heart. And with navy, there's no way this can go wrong. All right. famous last words. Okay, so navy. And this is perfectly proportioned that we're going to have white lines between these colored squares. This is going to be so cool. Okay. Really throwing some ink down onto this one so that navy is so dark and saturated. I just added all of, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, but I've just added all of the circle labels to all of my circle inks now. So if you were waiting for those, they are in store. So go and grab them for all of your circular inks. All right. Okay. Okay, now it's looking like a disco floor. We need one of those men that go do 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 right on there. We could draw one in because I don't have one, but that looks amazing. All right. So now, Liz, that sounds amazing. All right. What I want to do is add a little bit of kind of darker sky up here. I'm going to go navy. Okay. Just a tiny touch, like a whisper. All right. I do have a lot of the ink on my small ink tool. So that is, yes, Brenda, that's who I was missing, definitely. All right. And then I'm going to go in with Be Grateful because I think this would look cool as well. Ooh, so dark and unctuous. Unctuous is definitely a word. And then I know I'm going for it. Okay. I think we should add in a little touch of that fabulous tickled pink because, you know, we kind of need that tickled pink. Okay. Beautiful. Sorry, Ali. Yeah, I'm using all of the Amy Tangerine colors at the minute and the Deco Garden. So they're the only inks that I have on me is the fabulous Amy Tan colors as well as the Deco Garden. So now we have that kind of nighttime sky. So this definitely now has to be a moon. Okay. I don't know if I want to color in the mountains. Maybe we can just go in with like a gray color, maybe. I'm sure I have a gray of some sort. Those mountains are cool. I don't have a gray on me, but we have the Berry Cool. That might be cool. Oh yes, now they look like ice mountains on our fabulous vinyl background. It's very rock-esque. All right. Let's add a little bit of navy, just a tiny touch. I don't want to add too much because I am going a bit mad with all of the colours. That looks so awesome. Right. Okay. With the moon, which is definitely a moon now, I want it to be silver. So I'm going to pop my heat gun on. And I am going to use my embossing ink and I'm just going to squidge it through. Squidge, squidge, squidge. And I'm not going to bother if it's not all the way over. Okay. Okay. So it is going to get a little bit noisy for a little minute, just so we can, maybe should have made sure everything else was dry, but it's going to be fine. We can knock that off. Sorry, Ali, I went off on a tangent. I wasn't going to do embossing, so I'm glad you got that. Thank you. And the embossing powder is the fabulous antique silver. So I'm going to start to emboss from behind, which I normally do. And then when I see it start to turn, I'm going to bring it to the front. And this means that I don't move too much of that powder around. And it generally stays in the same spot. So, look. Okay, I'm glad I went with that now. All right. Now, we have our background, but I'm going to want to pop the sentiment on there as well. And we have that fabulous sentiment. We have the chrome sentiment, right? So let's go with the XOXOXO. And if I put it down the bottom, I don't have to mask any of the bottom out. But then I can do the side. We are going to squidge with the embossing ink again, but I'm just going to use my finger because I think that will be less messy, she says. And then she's thinking, is it really going to be less messy because you're using your finger? All right, but it's okay. Normally I have a foam blending tool that helps me do embossing ink through stencils, but seems when I did some tidying up, I popped that away. Okay. Probably went a little bit heavy-handed with my ink through there. I'm doubting myself, so I'm going to go antique gold. Yep, a little bit heavy-handed. But it is cool that you can have such a crisp finish with two different colors of embossing powder on a sentiment. So that's the first layer. I didn't do that one quite right, but hey. And then we're going to pop the second layer right on top of that one. Try and be a little bit less excited with the ink this time. Tap, tap, tap. Probably tap, tap, tap is the best. Let's try tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap, tap. It's like another dance move. We make dance moves up sometimes when we do things. And then I'm going to go back in with the antique silver for that one. Move that over to the side. Yes, the tap, tap, tap definitely worked better than the squidgy. I do have a lot of that powder going around, so I'm just using a dry brush to get rid of that. Okay, it's not as popping as I would wish it to be. Maybe I should have done it on a strip of vellum before adding it on, but how cool is that? It definitely looks like an 80s album cover. Fabulous. So we've used the amazing Sunset Horizon and also the Chrome Sentiments on that one. Please let me know what you want me to use next, because, you know, I want to get something else in before we finish. Let's pop some of these unicorn sparkles on. Oops, come on. Off you pop. I know it's not just me that talks to my embellishments, so I am going to add. Look how cool that looks. Are they bubbly? I don't know. Liz, yeah. Always use your finger, right? Definitely. All it needs is a little bit of a wipe later on, but yeah, definitely get your finger in on your crafting. But yes, look how beautiful. They definitely work with that, and they are the iridescent ones. So much glitter and sparkle that we have on there. Okay, so someone wants to see the Mini Delight. So let's go with that one. Roxy, I don't actually have my press plate system out at the minute, but we do have a lot of inspiration. If you go check out the website, there is some fabulous looks on there. All right, so Mini Delight. Let's have a check. Oh, this is this one. All right, so this is the painted posies. So I will show you this, and then I do have a few samples to show you guys as well. Let's use the stamp wheel, right? Let's move that over, and let's do a bit of a stumpy stamp on the stamp wheel. So I don't have a lot of room. I have no idea what I've done. I literally made one card and I can't move. The only thing that I have is space for the stamp wheel, which I reckon you guys can, you know how that is. You make one card and you have no room. I'm just going to place my stencil placer downer in there. Oh, thank you, Ali. Ali's popped down the February flip book, so we do have some inspirations in there as well. Tina, if you don't have a better press, you can use your hot foiling system to foil them. Also, if you have seen in one of my lives before, if you have pigment ink, and I would recommend pigment ink, you can actually ink up these plates and then use them as a kind of hard stamp to stamp onto as well. So there's a lot of different ways. Also, with that, you can use it to emboss. You know, if you have an embossing system and you have one of those embossing rubber mats, you can use it on there as well. Hey there, Brandon. Okay, so I'm going to start jabbering and we're going to create something. Let us first pop our sentiment down. So I'm going to use one of the sunny sentiments and then we're going to stamp around it, maybe add a top and bottom element, which I think would be very sweet. So I'm going to go in with the You Are My Sunshine. And we all know that song, so let's hum that. Not on my live, but you can hum it at home and just think that, yes, she's humming that in her head, because yes, I am. All right, so I'm going to pop that down. That's near enough centered. Squidge, squidge, and we're going to stamp that. I do have my favorite of all black embossing, black inks, which is the Obsidian Pigment ink. If you don't have this and you haven't tried it, I would recommend this to everyone. It is my favorite. All right, so I'm going to flip this over and we're going to stamp that down. So we have that beautiful sentiment which says, You Are My Sunshine, which we can send to everyone. Procrastinate ink, yes. There's always just there's just enough room for our stamp wheels, and the rest of it is covered with blending tools, samples, inks. But yeah, it's all good. As long as we've got room for this, we can stamp. So I'm going to move that out. So that one was the Sunny Sentiments. Very cute, very sweet. I'm then going to grab my fabulous painted posies. And I did not think about the colours I was going to stamp this before I stamped it, but it's going to be fine. What we're going to do is we're going to do a top and tail. So I'm going to pop that into position. And let's go pinky, because there seems to be a lot of pink colours, which we can kind of mix together. They're not a colour family, but we will make it. All right. So we have the Dusty Pink, and this is going to be layer number 1. Ink, ink, ink over the top. And we're going to ink it once on the top plate. And because we do have the fabulous stamp wheel, we're going to be able to kind of mirror, well, not quite mirror, but we're going to stamp that on the bottom as well to give that really cute look there. I should have popped that sentiment down a little, but I didn't. But we could add another one in there too. You know, if we have any kind of sub sentiment, we can definitely add those in. Yes, so these are from the Deco Garden. All right, so there's our first layer. Okay, our second layer is going to be the Tickled Pink, and that is from the Amy Tan collection. So I'm going to grab that second one there. Thanks, Roxy. Yeah, I am loving my nails at the minute. They do need redoing though, but I think I'm going to stay the same next time. All right, so I want to pop that in, and we're going to go Tickled Pink. All right. Okay. This makes my heart sing. I love this verging on neon pink. All right. Okay. Look how cool that is. All right. So I'm going to start this one. Okay. Beautiful. I'm not going to clean my stamps off because I want to do more things. So I'm going to grab the third layer, pop that into place. See how easy this kind of is to line up. Also, if this isn't lined up perfectly, it's not going to matter because it does have that kind of loose watercolor look. I'm going to go in with Coral Red. This is from the Deco Garden again, so we're kind of mixing back into that. I'm hoping this is going to be dark enough to go over the pink. I think it will. Yes. All right. It's giving me a very pop art feel with this one, and very summery. We all need a bit of, if you need some summer. Hey Kelly, thank you for joining us. We really do love when newbies join us, and hopefully this will intrigue you enough to come again at a later time. All right, and then I'm going to grab the fourth layer for these petals, and I'm going to go in with the Cherry Sweet. So I'm popping back over again to the Summer Dreams ink from the fabulous Amy Tan. So this is the Cherry Sweet. Okay. Ink. And because we have the fabulous stamp wheel, it's so easy to get this look. All right, okay. And now we just have the flower centers to add. We definitely need a kind of sub-sentiment here. I'm not loving the gap that we have. Just popping that in. And I'm going to go in again with an Amy Tan color, which is the Lemonade Stand. Okay. Okay, Now, with the leaves, like I said before, we don't have stamps for these leaves. Oops, put that in place. We do have the die. So I'm going to pop this over to the side. Beautiful. Sorry, maybe you wanted to see that pop art look with those colors that we just kind of mix and matched. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my mini blossom, pop him down. It's been a while since he's been out to play, so I think he's excited. And I'm going to grab plates, very well-loved plates, and I'm going to cut these leaves. Now, I would cut a lot of these leaves if I was, I'm going to say at home. I am at home. But if I was just crafting by myself, I would maybe do 7 lots of these leaves, but I'm just going to do 2 because I want to be able to show you some of the samples that I have that I've created. So I'm going to add that through. And then we're going to colour these die cuts. Yes, Liz! I wish I could get Hydrangea that colour. Mine is a little bit murky. I mean, he's very pretty, but, and I shouldn't, you know, be disappointed about his murkiness, but sometimes I wish he could be a bit bold. Oh, that set though is an oldie but a goodie. So I've cut the little leaves, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my ultra sticky mat. I'm going to pop my little leaves on there. This is one of the greatest things that the sticky mat does, is that it sticks these delicate die cuts, because normally if you were to ink blend onto this now, you would have a proper wiggly little stem. But because we have that ultra sticky mat, we're just going to stick them right on, and then we can add color. I'm going to go with Easy Breezy. Okay, I know. A little bit of a weird color for my leaves, but go with me. Easy Breezy. And I'm going to add a touch of that navy as well. I could have gone with green, but it's going to be fine. So I'm going to add a touch of that navy. I do love some navy leaves onto that. Now, remember, I definitely would have cut more of these if I was by myself. And I'm then going to grab my comfy cuts. Now, you guys know that I'm not a huge fan of anything sharp and pointy. So me grabbing this out by choice means that it's good, okay? It means that I feel safe with this. So we have that little cap on there, and it's also really sharp. So this means when I kind of stick this in and cut a little slit, which I'm going to do to pop my leaves in, it's going to do it first time. So I'm just going to add a little bit of slit around this leaf, petal here. Around it, and I'm going to do the same on this edge here, and that's going to be where I'm going to poke those leaves in. All right, so we've created that slit, so that means we can then add our leaves into the little slit we've created, so it's going to look like it's behind. Look how cute that is. Oh, ProCraft Innate Ink. I will let the team know about that one. Beverly, yes, my hydrangea is loved. He is. Sometimes he could be a little bit more cheerful, is what I'm saying. Right, okay, so I'm going to pop this one in here. But just look, because we have those really bright colors on the flowers, and then we've gone for really cool tones on the leaves, it's give us that really great different look on there. But I would definitely add more of those leaves around the outside of there. And to attach these, what I would do is I'd just add a little bit of tape behind there. You don't even need any glue, just a little bit of regular tape behind that will keep them in place. But look how pretty that is there. So I'm just going to show you those 2 cards that we've created a little bit haphazardly. Definitely that sentiment needs to be down more and we need some more of those leaves, but you guys can get the effect. And this color combo I am loving. So if you want this color combo, I will remind you of it. It's the dusty pink, then you go with the tickled pink, then you go with the coral red, and then the cherry sweet. So if you're after that kind of pop art color, that is a good way to go on there. And then we have this fabulous, more masculine card, but that pop of pink really does add a touch of rock star elegance to it. So they are the cards that we created today, but I do want to show you some samples, so don't go anywhere just yet, okay? So I'm going to move those over. Let's grab some of the cards I made with this release. I made a couple. All right, so this one was using the Craft a Flower Hibiscus, and you can see that we have those beautiful blooms on there. Another one of a really bright card here. If you do want to see this one come to life, definitely go check out the blog hop. So this was on the Altenew channel on Tuesday, so you can definitely go and have a look at that one to see how that one came apart together even. Then if you do love your white on white, this one uses the Craft a Flower Hibiscus and then that 3D embossing folder connections. So you're going to be able to create a really beautiful look with just white cardstock. Just look at that fabulous dimension that we get on there. Another softer look on this one. So this one is the Craft a Flower Hibiscus again, but I've just added ink just to white die cut images just at the base. Even on the leaves, I didn't go to the tip to give us that really soft, muted effect that we can get on there. This one is the Build a Garden Blooming Delight. So we have a really soft look. And then I've also used one of those really fun sentiments from the which one? Light-hearted Birthday Greetings. So there is a kind of 1 layer card that you can do with that, having a look of no line watercolor. Again, the Blooming Delight with the Connections 3D embossing folder. This time I used the other side of the 3D embossing folder. You can see that this is the normal way that we'd use it, and then this is the kind of background of that. This one has more of a different color palette. I'm not sure what colors I grabbed for this one. I just grabbed some oranges, yellows, and again, that tickled pink. That tickled pink doesn't very often leave my craft desk. Then we have a Blooming Delight again with that 3D embossing folder. This is the fabulous little posy that we use to create this one in more kind of normal tones, and then we have the fabulous Lighthearted Birthday Greetings, as well as the Hearts of Plenty Zero Waste background die. Again, that fabulous posy from the Mini Delight. There's all different looks you can create with that one, and I just love how pretty it is. And it can look ever so soft if you use muted tones, but then you can get a really tropical look if you do it that way there. Another one, we have that heart background with the Mini Delight. This is a very simple one using the 3D embossing folder. All I did was I used some watercolors, just added those onto a background, waited for that to dry, and then used the 3D embossing folder. A simple sentiment and some enamel dots finished that card off perfectly. And then I just have some using the Hearts of Plenty collection. So I wanted to show you the 3 different ways that you can use it. So you can use it just with the hot foil, and you're going to be able to create that beautiful background there. You could just use the background die and create a kind of subtle look there, or you could use them both together and have the foiled background as well as a popped up white piece as well. All right. Okay, I'm going to move you guys up. All right. Sorry. A couple of clicks. And we're back up. Hey there, everyone. I really do hope that you've enjoyed the little bit of mayhem that we have done with today. I hope that this crafting lesson, or crafting session even, wasn't a lesson, has inspired you to go grab and get your craft supplies, get them out and start crafting. Thank you to the lovely Ali for being behind the badge and adding in all of the links. I'm sorry I got a little bit carried away with the inks and I maybe should have calmed down a little bit. Oh, Lilith! My crafty mum is here. Hey, Lilith. I hope that you're good. I really do hope that you have a fabulous rest of your week and that you do something nice at the weekend as well. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you again really, really soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.